Good morning, everybody, and welcome to an early edition of the Art of NFT Business. I'm your co-host, Jonathan Goodman, with my co-host, Florian Valot. How you doing, Florian?
I'm good. It's a bit early since we changed a bit hours. So
We have a guest today. This is Tudor. I hope that I've pronounced that correctly. He's with Glody Knights. We are going to be talking to Glody Knights in a second. Good morning, Flo. How are you? Also from
All right.
Glody Knights. Very
Nice
good.
to meet you guys.
Absolutely.
this is obviously not financial advice. We're not financial advisors. And this interview does not consider an endorsement. It's just purely because of our interest in this project.
That's right. So we are going to have a POAP for this episode. Anybody who is watching can go on to their iPhones. Unfortunately, it's not available for the other phones, but you can go in to the POAP app, download that, and then the secret word for today is Knights, Knights. And that will get you a POAP. It's a nice, cute, round NFT. For those of you who are in the NFT industry, POAPs are the proof of attendance protocol. And once you've proven that you've been here for this live stream, you will be able to then go on to the raffle website to enter for an opportunity to win one of two NFTs. We are giving away two NFTs from the Glody Knights NFT project. That will be happening on the 28th of March. And we will choose the winner on April 4th, the show on April 4th. So the website that you need to go to get the raffle is poap.fun/raffle/1258. And we will repeat that throughout the show. So let's get this started. We've got Glody Knights, which is a collection of 10,000 knights and warriors, entirely unique and randomly generated on the Ethereum blockchain, with over 200 plus hand-drawn traits inspired from the well-known legendary heroes and being led by Glod knowledge. All knights and warriors are ready to protect the metaverse. Glody Knights means a unique story that keeps unfolding. Each individual knight or warrior can live a normal life or choose his own fights in the metaverse, but they will prosper only if they fight as an elite troop or live together as a community. We've got a lot of questions for you guys, and we're going to start off. Florian is going to ask the first question.
Yeah, I have a question for you guys. So tell us a little bit about the story of Glod and the Forgotten Knight Society. Like, where is it coming from? Where did you get that idea?
Our story also on the Forgotten Knights. We wanted to integrate the knights, knights from the round table, to say so. We want to integrate all the knights from the planet that we can find and create our own story and modify it based on real life knights and warriors that were in the past.
Yeah.
And bring them up to life and in the metaverse, because I saw in the metaverse we need knights there. We didn't see any knights there.
I agree.
And we need knights and warriors there.
Absolutely. I think it's a great concept. It's a great idea. Tell us about the utility for the project. The Kraken, tell us about the Kraken. It's a wallet that's going to collect 4% from minting and 50% of the transaction royalties.
Yeah, we wanted to do something different with the floor swiping techniques done so far and seen so far in the NFTs space. We wanted to do a wallet that will help a bit the floor price after the launch. And that wallet, for start, will be dedicated only for buying the floor and burning the NFTs. And after that, it will become a community wallet. A wallet where people from the community will choose what to do with the money there. We will have, we name it Kraken wallet because we want to, so after we release the Kraken, to say so, we want to do something special with the floor price and to see it go up.
Okay, and in doing that, you're actually going to burn pieces, NFTs at the floor. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. The total amount will drop, so there will not be 10,000 anymore. The total number will drop. And also in this case, the demand will grow.
That 24 hours before you decide to do a burn, you're going to allow the community to buy the floor, but at a 2x the original price paid. So what number are we starting at when you guys launch? What's that number?
So the price for launch will be 0.08.
Okay. So
And,
somebody at the floor would have to buy it at 0.16 in order for you not to burn that one.
Yes, we thought of that in case someone sells a rarer one and figures it out after he sells it or she sells it, and decides to buy it back and doesn't want to let go or burn a rare piece, a rare NFT.
Okay, that's a great way to definitely limit the supply and increase the value of the floor. That's a good choice there. Tell us a little bit about the rewards. So, holding your NFT for more than 20 days, you will start to receive rewards. After the 20 days, you will start receiving one GLOD token every day. Tell us about how that works.
Yes, our main utility is based on being NFT based on rewards with upgradable rarity. So the higher the rarity of your NFT, the more GLOD tokens you will receive. GLOD tokens will be our community token. Each NFT will get an amount of GLOD tokens based on the rarity of it, and also based on the time of holding, to say so. So if someone holds the NFT more than 20 days, it will start to receive one GLOD token per day.
Let me ask you about the marketplace. You're going to roll out the marketplace that's going to allow for upgraded armor and weapons and other things that I'm sure you're going to have t-shirts and things like that available as well. When's that rolling out and how is that rolling out?
So for starters, we are thinking in around, our estimate will be in around 3-4 months from the launch. We will have the marketplace launched, the first step of the marketplace, to say so. I think we will release an article about the marketplace in 1 or 2 days from now with more details. But it will be the details that I'll share today with you. On our marketplace, you will be able to buy weapons, buy new armors, and buy different kind of chests, to say so, where you will receive prizes. And with those armors and those items that you will receive, you'll have inventory where they will all be stored. And you will be able to choose which item you want to upgrade and on which NFT. All the items that I'm telling you will be bought with the GLOD token. And you will be able to upgrade your NFT and the rarity of your NFT. You'll choose that on our website, and we will upgrade the new version of your NFT. But with the rarity of the NFT, that is very important, we will do an internal rarity. We'll do an internal rarity
calculation. You're going to use Rarity Sniper originally. You're going to use Rarity Tools as the original launch. But then as people upgrade, for instance, we work with Panda Dynasty. So they're going through this process of adding hammers and swords because there's going to be a fight. They're going to do a little play, video game. So those things that you could buy in the marketplace with the GLOD would then increase the rarity, but that rarity will kind of be calculated in your own formula for the community, right?
Yes, that's right. And also the interesting part is if you upgrade your NFT, for example, there will, for example, if you upgrade your sword, there will be less swords that you used, that you had until now, and also the rarity of the original sword holders will grow, and also your rarity will grow. So we'll have an interesting method of calculating it.
This is a release of 10,000, right?
Yes.
And the team is going to hold on to 50. 100 are going to be for marketing. 150 are going to be for giveaways, which I'm assuming you're doing now for whitelisting. So in total, it's really going to be 9,700. I didn't see anything in terms of intellectual property rights. Is that something that you guys are considering? Because a lot of NFT projects give the property rights, the IP, over to the individual holders. How are you going to handle that?
Yes, so I have on my background is that I finished law, and I studied a bit this part about intellectual property on this side. We're considering giving the intellectual property to the holders, and the trickiest part on our side with the upgrading rarity will be that we will need to have the permission of the holder when and we will need to have their permission in order for us to upgrade and modify the NFT.
Ah, very interesting. Okay,
Yeah,
good. And then in the royalties, it's going to be a 6% royalty with 3% going to the Kraken wallet and 3% back for the team. So that Kraken wallet is going to be a community chest, I guess, right?
Yes, it will turn in a community wallet. Yes,
Great,
and
great,
it
great.
is a community wallet.
Let's talk about the roadmap for a second. Florian, why don't you take over on the roadmap there?
Yeah, so first question would be like, is the roadmap set, or are you guys going to modify? Because as of now, what we can see on your website is that the first 25% would be like a submission to Rarity Tools and Rarity Sniper listing. At 50%, 25 NFTs will be randomly airdropped to Glody Knights holders. At 75%, there's a luxury trip to Dubai giveaway for 2, which is a week for two people, or the equivalent of twice like 10K in ETH. And 100%, there's 100K equivalent in ETH that will be added to the community wallet. And so first, like, is it like set, and will you modify it? And how will the kind of project be monetized or funded?
Are you going to use the sales from the NFT to fund the project, or is there separate funding right now for all of you?
Both. So there is also separate funding from our part, but we will also use the money from the NFT. We'll have, I think there was around 200K that will be added to the community wallet from the sales. The roadmap will be the one that it is there. We want to focus mostly on the roadmap after the minting. That is what we will do and what we want to achieve with our marketplace and with our token, and with our we want to continue building on the marketplace. We have a lot of plans there. We want to do so in the first step, we want to release the marketplace. In the second step, we want to also let other artists contribute to our NFT, and let also other artists build on our NFT and build new armors and weapons that will be sold on our marketplace. The roadmap that you said, it will be the one, the minting roadmap, to say so. And every step of it will be done like it is there. A question that we also were very mostly asked is, why a trip to Dubai? Because why not New York, or why not another place? And the reason we chose Dubai is also Flo goes there every year, I think, and found some beautiful places that can be easily accessible from all around the world.
Thought that we need to come with something different, because everyone is, for the minting roadmap, is giving Teslas or Rolex or something like that, but we thought that maybe in this time with this whole situation with COVID and this whole lockdown on every country, a small trip will be well for I don't know for everyone. Can be a good price for everyone.
I always think it's great when you pair real life physical events to, or giveaways or contests to the NFT projects. I think it's a great idea.
Once the mint happens, everyone that owns an NFT will get access to a private group, right, where you will share like alphas and valuable information. And finally, like the Kraken is released, and then you said that you will buy a plot of land in the metaverse and start development. So have you picked which metaverse you would buy that plot of land?
We will decide on some plots which we think are best, but we will let the community vote the final one. So if the community says yes, we will buy it. If they say no, we will find other ones. But we will give some suggestions to say so, and the community will decide.
The issue is the Glod token is randomly distributed to Glody Knight holders.
If I can say a few words about Glod token,
yeah,
the Glod token will be you will be able to access the website with your wallet and see how much Glod token you received so far, depending on the rarity, depending on randomness, depending on involvement in community, and so on. You will have a claim button on the site, on the website, and you will be able to claim your Glod tokens in your wallet whenever you want. Then it will be there. It won't disappear. It will be only accessible per wallet. So if you sell your NFT, you will still have the Glod tokens. And the whole claiming process and everything that I said will be available in 1 month after the launch.
So the total supply is 150 million Glod tokens. There is 36.5 million reserved for rewards. 63.9 million Glod tokens will be distributed yearly over a period of 10 years. And the rarer the NFT, the more Glod tokens you have. So if you have one of the top 500 rarities, you're going to get 10 Glod tokens a day. And then if you have just a basic rarity, which is in the 7,000 to 10,000 range, you're going to get 1 Glod token a day. And then holders receive, holders that hold it for more than 20 days, that's when they get the Glod token. And then randomly, you're going to have 5 Glod tokens a day given to 100 random NFT holders. That's great. I mean, that really is a great way to run the token process. My question is there liquidity behind the token?
No, there won't be. We want it to be a community token only. You will not be able to buy it, and you will not be able to sell it. We don't want people.
So it will not be on any exchanges.
No, it won't be on any exchanges. So on the first, or at least on the first term and medium term, it won't be on any exchanges, and we don't consider it because we want it to be only a community token, and we don't want people to being a community token. We don't want people to be able to buy it, and we want them to be able to receive it based on the rarity and based on the involvement in the community.
Right. It's basically you're setting up your own economics where the marketplace is purchasable, items are purchasable by the Glod token. The Glod token is received by the NFT, and that is where the economics stop.
Yes.
I think that's great. I think that's excellent.
Will the token be burned and somehow? Will like the supply decrease over the years?
The supply will decrease from people using it maybe, but we will not have other burn events or something like that if you are meaning on those. The supply will decrease once people start using it, and when you upgrade maybe your NFT. Maybe there will be a small GLOD token fee to upgrade. And so that we're thinking on burning that fee, and so it will never be used again.
Okay. Okay, cool. Stage 5 is like, so the 3D VX launches and you create like a 3D breeding system. Holders will need to burn GLOD tokens. And after 60 days, the 3D character will be born. And then when breeding, your NFT will be stacked for 15 days. You will not be able to sell it during that time. I have a question regarding breeding. Why? What's the idea behind it? Why would you like to incorporate breeding into this project?
Yeah. By breeding here, we're not referring on the classical breeding. We're referring here on receiving a 3D character to use in the metaverse. So this 3D character for the metaverse will be the breeding part. So by doing the typical or classical breeding system, we will create a 3D character for the metaverse, and you will be able to use the character in the metaverse.
So in other words, I have an NFT. When you guys go to the metaverse and you have the 3D capabilities for the metaverse, which could happen tomorrow, but it's most likely going to take a couple of years, right? I will be able to have acquired a certain number of Glody tokens that I can then trade in to change my NFT into a 3D virtual NFT. I'll still hold the NFT, but it will be, this will allow me to, essentially, this is the cost of growing the three-dimensional version of this character, right?
Yeah, that is right. Yes, that's correct. That's well said. Thank you.
You're planning on creating a comic book that will be given to all mint holders. Is it like a physical, that the thing you'll be able to give to the community will be like a physical actual comic book, or will it be like more digital? And then who is creating it? Like, are you guys creating it, or you using a third party to create that comic book?
Yes. So on the first question, the answer is both. We will also have a digital part and a physical part. The digital part, we want to make it as an NFT, the comic book. So you will be able to turn each page and have all the pages there. We will have a free minting for the mint holders. And we will have a printed version. We know where to print it. We know who can make it from our team. And also our artist will help there and will have a big involvement there. We know how to deliver it. The printed version will both be integrated, and you will be able to order your physical version at home or wherever you are in the world.
Okay. Yeah, that's really cool. And then so the last stage is you want to develop a DAO with that future utility of the project will be decided by project holders, right?
Yes.
So at that stage, like, how far are you seeing this from the mint date? Is it like few weeks, few months, few years?
No, I think it will be a year, something like that, somewhere around a year for the DAO to take place in the final form, to say so. Because until then, we can we want to give the community very high involvement in our decision making, but for it to be a full DAO and to implement that, I think we will need to check all the steps that you said until then, including the metaverse development and all the stuff like that. And after that, we can successfully become a fully functional DAO.
Okay. Okay. And also, like, that's my kind of like my last question. Like, what is your vision? Like, how how far are you seeing this going? Would be like a few years, 5 years, 10 years, even more?
More. So in my way of viewing it, I don't see it stopping, or I don't see a stop for it, because we want to build something sustainable here. We have so the Glod token, for example, it will be given away for 10 years that we mentioned uh, in our white paper, but
Yeah.
we haven't thought over those 10 years what will happen. We will see there, probably there on that point the community will decide what will happen next, but we want to make it sustainable and we want it to last. We don't want to be a project that will last 1 year and after that it's over or something like that.
That's great. You guys, this has been an excellent interview. You know, one of the things that I really liked about your project is that you're all documented, right? So we have Gabriel Tudor, right? So you're the art director with Seven, and you also work for Seven Armies Music. Did I get that right? Is that who I'm talking to now?
No, that's Gabriel, our artist.
Oh, okay. That's the artist, and he'll also be working
Yes.
on the comic book and everything like that.
Yes.
Claudio is the
Claudio.
technical lead. That's your coder, your developer guy, right?
Yes.
Florian, you're Flow, so you're the real estate investor. And I should also mention that all of you are in. This is Romania. This project is created. All of you are in Romania, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
We have Karina, which is e-commerce, and then Tudor, you're the owner of Dr. Green, which
yes.
is you guys. You have like how many? You have multiple locations. You're like a kind of homeopathic. You run a homeopathic store. Tell me a little bit about that, just so we understand your background.
Yes, it's there are bio and natural shops. They are all around the country, from northwest, and northeast of the country mostly. There are bio products like food supplements, cereals, cosmetics, everything, you name it.
That's great. How did you
that's-
guys all come together? How do you guys all know each other?
Yeah, well, I know Flo for a while back. We are good friends. Let me say a few words how we started all and how we came up with the idea. We know each other for a few years back. I started in crypto, and after that I found NFTs and fell in love with them. I found them around 8 months ago, something like that. And we wanted to do something different in the space. We came up with the idea that we didn't saw any project have it, and we didn't saw any project delivering this. We also got into a lot of projects that promised a lot of things and under-delivered, and so we only made promises that we can over-deliver on them. And I think that's how we mostly got the idea. I know also you asked at start about Glod token, how we came about that. We give a little spoiler to say so. We have in Romania a well-known, I don't know how to call it in English, but to say it, a Glod that it's said to have healing and powerful properties. So in regarding to that and the traditional Glod, to say it in Romania, we came out with the Glod token and Glod knowledge and everything behind it.
An interesting word that you don't. The great thing is from the search engine optimization side, if you type in the word Glod, it's just you guys. So you've made a good choice of words there.
Yeah, but it's also nice to say Glod. It sounds good. It sounds good.
Right.
It sounds like Gold.
It
Gold.
does. It does sound a
Yeah,
little bit like that.
something like
Yeah. So again, we just want to remind everybody that so the whitelist is 26, is the 26th,
Yes.
and then the
And
public launch is on the
yes.
27th. So how many people are on that whitelist?
So our whitelist will be closed on around 1,500 whitelist we're thinking now.
Okay, and people, how can they get on that whitelist? Do they go to your Discord?
Yes, if they join the Discord, for now, if we have some we have an invite contest. We have for now the typical way by being active in the Discord and having a number of invites, or also being a server booster on our Discord. You can join the whitelist. But also in the next few days, we will make some changes on that. So if you hurry, you can get in the whitelist this way.
Okay, that's excellent. So there's definitely opportunity. Plus, you guys are having giveaways. If they follow you on Twitter, you're going to have giveaway contests and all of that, right? And of course,
Yes.
just to remind everybody, we are going to give away 2 NFTs from the project. Go ahead and grab your POAP for this episode, and then go to poap.fun/raffle/1258. So what happens is you get your POAP, you go to the raffle, they see that the POAP is in your wallet, that qualifies you for the raffle, you hit enter the raffle, and that's how, and then we will choose a winner on April 4th during that show. So guys, this has been really great. I really appreciate you coming on. I hope you have a successful launch and you sell out. We are in a little bit of a down market, but I think that with enough marketing, you will be able to sell this thing out pretty quickly. I love the concept. I love what you're doing with the Glod tokens. I think you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you
so
for
much.
having us.
Good
thank
luck.
you.
All right. Well, that was a lot of fun, Florian.
Yeah, it's a good project. I think you mentioned it to me. I kind of like wanted to go in blind to kind of like discover a little bit more about the project, and I like what they're doing. I think they're trying to do their things the right way. A lot of good informations that I have learned, even though you read the white paper and I kind of like went through it a little bit, so I could be a bit prepared. But I think I've learned valuable information for this project that he's minting on March 27th, 26th for the whitelist, and 27th for public.
Yeah, I think, the industry is so interesting, right? We got in at a time when we really got in, like, I kind of see it almost as a race, like, when did you get in, right? And we got in like right before the hype, right? People had just sold, we got aware of it, we created our wallets, we started to buy NFTs. I remember all the first kind of NFTs that I bought were little dinky things for like, pennies on the dollar, and there was no gas. And then it kind of ramped up to this mania like that we see back in the .coms, this mania of, oh my gosh, I need an NFT. And then all these NFT projects were coming out, and all of these NFT projects were selling out very quickly. Now we've had a little bit of a down market, and so we wind up with, projects that really have to prove themselves, right? There have been a couple of rug pulls. There have been a couple of, superstars that have endorsed things that then have taken back their endorsements. There's been a lot of challenges in the industry. What's interesting is, having been in the .coms, this is such a repeat, but it's happening on it's like a roller coaster speed, right? The fact that we yesterday celebrated the first year anniversary of really of people selling his NFT collection, which then ramped up the NFT market. We're now kind of seeing another trend of more sophisticated, more thought out projects, right? I personally liked that these guys weren't promising the moon in the roadmap, right? They had these different stages. They understand that these stages are going to take a while. All of these, what happened was all these projects came in and everybody started buying it. And everybody was like, hey, you promised us a video game. Where's the video game? Well, video games take years to produce, right? So I like the fact that these guys are realistic. They know that this is a project that's going to have a long-term impact. That's what we love about Panda Dynasty, right? So those guys also, right? They're really not promising the moon. They're saying, hey, as we grow, there's going to be benefits to you, and we're going to try to get all this stuff done. So I really think that it was great. Hey, let's continue with our show. We've got to talk about the news. So Russian oligarch Roman Abramovich, who owns the Chelsea club, has had all of his assets, including the club, frozen. What's interesting here is, from the soccer side, the impact on this is not just on him, but it's on the entire club itself. So Chelsea now has to operate under a special license. The season ticket holders can attend games, but fans can't buy new tickets. So if you don't have a season ticket, you're not coming to the games this season. The transfer ban is now in place. They can't negotiate any new contracts. There is no merchandise sale. The merchandise store is closed at the Chelsea Arena. 3 partners have already suspended partnerships. Team trips outside of the UK are extremely difficult. And Abramovich has already said that he's willing to sell the club and the profits will go to the Ukrainian victims of the war. But any sale must go through the UK government for approval, further complicating the sale. This is a real, what are you thinking about this? Because this is just so impactful on the entire soccer stage around the world.
It is tricky, and it's really sad what's going on in Ukraine, and what's going to happen to this club. Are they going to be able to pay their employees, players, and people in the front office, because the owner was putting a lot of money into this team to be successful, and now that he decided to step down on his own because of all the allegation against him, we can start thinking now, like, are they going to be able to survive this if the club doesn't sell? So it's really a difficult situation for the people in charge in the club, for the players, for the fans. So it's something to monitor over the next few weeks and few months as that war is going on in Ukraine. It's not the news you wanted to start the year. So I hope it's going to get resolved somehow in a good way.
Yeah, we should really say that Abramovich has put in $1.5 billion into the Chelsea club over the last 10 years. That's quite an incredible amount of money. And whoever's going to now buy this club, to keep Chelsea in the top tier like that, it's going to be a very big challenge for them. And it has to be negotiated with the UK government. Look, I mean, I'm not a fan of Abramovich. I don't take a stance on anything. I do commend him, though, for at the very, very start, as soon as that war started, he said he was stepping down from the board, and he said that he was putting the club up for sale. What happened was the restrictions came in faster than he was able, or Chelsea was able to find a buyer. And that is going to cause a lot of problems for Chelsea this year. I feel bad for the Chelsea fans, because at the end of the day, they just want to watch a good game and, not have all this drama surrounding it. But now we do have Chelsea is also in the news, because a month ago, the NFT project Ape Kids Football Club, which is basically a derivative of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, launched with 6,626 NFTs, and the project value has dropped by 90%, going from $656 per NFT down to $65. The drop is due to the endorsement removal of former Chelsea player Tammy Abraham, and Ashley Cole. There were no other details provided. We're not sure if this is a disagreement between the NFT project originators and the Chelsea Stars, or if there's something going on behind the scenes. But again, we feel bad for anybody who aped into the Ape Kids Football Club, because now that value has completely dropped in value. Larva Labs acquisition. I just want to mention that Yuga Labs has previously created the Bored Ape Yacht Club and the Mutant Ape Yacht Club NFTs. And on Friday, March 11th, Yuga Labs announced that they had acquired CryptoPunks and Meebits by Larva Labs. By acquiring CryptoPunks and Meebits IP, Yuga Labs now owns the brands, copyrights in the art, all IP rights for both collections, as well as 423 CryptoPunks and 1,711 Meebits. Along with the acquisition announcement, Yuga Labs also declared that they will be giving CryptoPunks and Meebits holders full commercial rights. So it kind of sounds like they're doing it both ways, right? But it's actually not. What they're basically saying is that the overall IP rights, the individual NFT rights will go back to the holders, but they have the overall IP rights for CryptoPunks and Meebits. They'll be able to do whatever they want on a larger scale. And according to the crypto analytics firm Nansen, all of the NFT projects have seen jumps in floor price over the past several days. Meebits have seen the biggest spike with a floor price jump around 30 to 40%. Despite this, there are still mixed reviews from Punk and Meebits holders, some expressing excitement and others expressing disappointment. That is the NFT news.
I didn't know like what was going on with me. I didn't know the project Meebits first, and what's going on with how do you say it?
Yuga Labs?
Yuga Labs, yeah.
Yeah. But this is going to be the first of many acquisitions and mergers that we're going to see coming into the NFT space, especially with a down market like what we have right now.
Yeah, no, it's been, I don't know what's been going on. It's been a strange market, as you said, and Gary Vee said it last year. I think later last year would be like a lot of project, 95 to 98% of project will go to zero. You've mentioned the one with the Chelsea, the former Chelsea players. It doesn't mean that because you're a celebrity or because you have a good following base on social media that your project is going to be successful. We've talked last week about some other project from NBA players, other artists that kind of like rock pulled their community because they did not know how much work was needed to get put into this project to follow up with it. So it's still a tricky landscape. I think a lot of people are thinking, oh, it's a quick bucks. I can make good money real quick. And then without doing much, but when they realize how much work that needs to be done, it's a whole lot of work.
Yeah. I think, again, putting your name to a project means that you really have to do your due diligence in knowing what project you're going to connect yourself with. There are, it's very easy for somebody to explain to an athlete or an actor or somebody influential, hey, put your name associated with this and you'll make X amount of money. That only works if the project is real and has some value behind it. It's a tricky situation, right? And I think what we're seeing is a lot of these influencers are kind of putting the brakes on and really kind of looking at what projects they want to be involved with.
So the next segment is what's in your wallet.
Yes.
And last week you mentioned to me a project that was minting for free, which is really unusual in this time. But if you look at some of the bigger projects that started really early, they were pretty much sold for free, like for really nothing. And this project is called Wabi Punks. And then you told me to get into it. And at the time last week, it was about, I think, so the project is a supply of 9,077 Wabi Pongs that are like pixeled art. At the time last week, it was about 2,700 minted.
Yep.
Now, right now, as we speak, it's 9,050 or something. There's like probably 20 left, 15, 20 left. Yeah.
Oh, no, really? Wait. I have to interject something, because I just bought another 8 this morning. And when I bought it this morning, it was 8,020. So you're saying that within the last couple of hours, the last 2 hours, it has just catapulted the last 1,000 NFTs?
I think so. As we speak, like I'm on the OpenSea page right now, and last time I checked, it was 9,046 right now as we speak.
Oh my goodness, we should end this program and just grab the rest of them.
Well, it's funny how there's only like a little bit more or less than 1,200 holders, but it went quick from a week ago. It seems that, okay, well, when you go on the page right now, it seems that the mint has disappeared. The mint button has disappeared.
Oh,
so it seems that it's sold out.
Oh, so it's sold out. So we have to celebrate. It's sold out. That's incredible. This morning. Now I have to ask you, how many did you grab?
I got 20.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I got 20, and I think there's like some of them that I'll keep because I really like them. Unfortunately, I didn't have I was not the lucky winner of one of the rarest ones that are like in motions. But there's a bunch of them that are really cool that I really like. So let's see what they're gonna do with it, because there's no roadmap, there's nothing yet. So we'll see. I think it's a fun project to get into it, because it's no cost beside gas.
Yeah.
The art is pretty cool. The idea behind it is pretty cool. And the fact that it's sold out is just like, it's in a week or so, like 2 weeks, it's pretty awesome.
I'll tell you. So, I had done my estimates and I said to you, okay, this thing's going to sell out in 30 days. It has now sold out in 2 weeks. That's incredible. And, I like the fact that there is no roadmap behind this, because the team is going to make the money now on the secondary market. So I have to ask you, you have the page up. What is the floor currently? Because the floor was 0.002.
It's less than 0.001.
Okay.
The last sale was like 0.001, which is like $3.
Right. So now that the mint is done, that can escalate up in upwards of being a Bored Ape Yacht Club, because you're right. The Meebits, all those things were given away at such low prices, right? I'm pretty sure the Meebits was given away for free. Other projects that we know that have been successful have been giving away for free. I'm glad that you got the 20. That's awesome. I have 50 because I just rounded out with the 8 this morning. I'm so glad I grabbed those 8. And now we'll see. I mean, what's great is like, if you're paying $100 or when we like Bungie Project, what do we pay? $300, and we wound up paying $100 in gas, right? So it was a $400 investment. This morning I got my 8 for $30. $30 for 8 of them. That's incredible, right? So in all, I've probably spent about $200 on those 50, maybe even less. It can only go up. It was free. So the pressure on the team to now do whatever they want to do with this project is 100% on them at their time. They can, figure out what they want to do. There should be no pressure, because nobody should be saying to them, hey, this cost me $400. What are you guys doing? This cost nothing except for the gas. And I have to tell you, I think this is the way that NFT projects should go. In this market that we have, the bear market, I think that all these projects, we're looking at these acquisitions and we're thinking, hey, why don't we just release those as free NFTs and then build the community slowly and steadily? Yeah. I think it's a brilliant way to go. And of course, I mean, I understand that like so many projects want to make that $2 million mark, right? You set something for 0.04 ETH, you have 10,000 of them, you wind up making $2 million. That's wonderful. But that also means added pressure. You launch something that is just free, you can take a year or two to even decide what your stages are and what your roadmap is going to be.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think it's a good way to do it. No pressure. I'm sure like they're hoping to get those royalties from the secondary market, because somehow you need to found a project to get going and keep it running. But I think it on both sides of the spectrum, from the holder side and the founder side, like there's no real pressure anymore, so you can kind of like work a little bit more freely. And I think, like, for example, as an athlete, if I want to create my own NFT and just it's just a fun piece of like, oh, I want to put art out there, let's just sell it for free. I'll get royalties if it sells it again, but at least I can keep doing what I'm doing, maybe trying to bring more utility into it over the years, not like having to bring it to utility like in the next week, month,
right,
in a time frame, so that I get stressed about it. I think it's a great way to do it.
Yeah, I think, and I'm going to assure you that in next week's program, we're going to see that floor having gone from 0.001 probably to 0.01. I think this project is just going to get hotter and hotter as people find out about it. So yeah, I think, look, we've talked about you doing an NFT project. I think it's brilliant. We have acquisitions that we're bringing on board. I think all of that is going to be released for free. I can't guarantee it because I have to look at my numbers, but it's a great way to build the community the right way. I wanted to tell, from the What's in Your Wallet segment, I wanted to tell a little bit of a sad story. I wasn't sure how much information I was going to give, but I think that now that we know that Wabby Punks has been sold out, I'm going to give a little bit more information than what I was planning to do. So I wanted to buy a specific Wabisuki NFT. So Wabisuki NFTs are the original Genesis project that this artist did. He only put out 500 of them. They are also amazingly designed. I love them. They are cute and adorable. And so I evaluated the entire 500 project, and I found one that I really wanted. And it was on sale for $125. And I went to bed and I said, okay, if this is still available tomorrow, I'm going to buy it. And something happened overnight. I don't know if it was OpenSea made a mistake or something, or whether the original guy selling it, which I think was actually a Wabisuki, that it was coming from the Wabisuki, 500, the price dropped to $35. This was like at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I see that the price drops. And so I go in to move money into my wallet, which is the first mistake. I should have moved money in the night before. And as I was moving the money into my wallet, somebody bought the piece. So I was so upset. Like, if I had just acted like 10 minutes earlier, I would have gotten the exact Wabisuki that I wanted for $35. And then, what I did was I found out who the guy was. I went onto his Twitter and I said to him, I offered him 4 times the amount that he paid for it. Because $35, I mean, I was back up and ready to pay, $200 for it. Yeah. And he was like, no, I love this one. This is the one that I wanted. And I said, you beat me out by 10 minutes. I was like, I can't believe that I lost this in 10 minutes. So my advice to anybody, if you see something for sale and you like it in NFT world, you've got to buy it, because you have to assume someone else is out there. Someone else is looking at this. And he got it for $35. So now I have a whole selection of Wabisukis that I want. None of them are currently on sale. I check it 3 times a day to see. I have I think 17 Wabisukis that I'm looking to buy. I will buy one of them at the right price. but none of them are currently for sale. So this is going to be my ongoing challenge that we'll talk about. Hopefully someday I'll grab a Wabasuki that I want.
Someday.
Someday. You can't, I mean, you know, it's the frustration is just unbelievable. So we wanted to wrap up this show with another interesting story. Am I Ukrainian? This is an interesting question. My family has been in America for over 100 years. In fact, we celebrated our 100 years last year. And so we were Jews from that area. And I'll say that area because I'll explain. My great-grandfather fought in World War I against the Americans in the Galician part of the Ottoman Empire. So 100 years ago, Ukraine and Poland were part of the Ottoman Empire, which then fell in World War I. And my family left immediately after World War I. And so we were gone by the time that Hitler came around and then wound up killing all of the Jews in the town that my family was from. You fast forward 100 years forward, and it was just the craziest thing. So I had done this whole ancestry.com. I have all my ancestors, like going back to my great parents, grandparents, where they're from, the whole story, everything like that. And we always say that we are Galician because during the Ottoman Empire, we were Galician, and Galicia it was its own country, part of the empire. You know, just a fascinating story as to how that whole community was built and everything. But, you know, I was on the phone talking to parts of my family, and, you know, I just said, you know, well, why don't I go into Google Maps? Because if you go into ancestry.com, they'll show you the map of Galicia. They'll show you the story of Lviv, which is, you know, we're from Lviv. We're from a little town outside of Lviv called Mikilinic. It was very heavily populated with Jews. Now it's not. But when you look up Lviv on Google Maps, which I hadn't done, it just wasn't part of the Ancestry.com thing that I was doing, you wind up in Ukraine. So, so my interesting side to this whole war is that technically now, if you ask me what I am, it's a complicated story where I have to say to you that I am ethnically Galician. Galicia doesn't exist anymore, and we are now part of the Ukraine. So I am Ukrainian. So this war has been very challenging for me and my family, as well as many others. But, you know, we are in full support of Ukrainians. We are Ukrainians, and we would love, now that we understand where Lviv is and where Mikilinic is, to, once this war is done, to go back and really do like a full history and find my great grandparents, you know, birthplace, death place, schools, all that stuff. But I just wanted to kind of tell that story. Maybe we'll submit this over to ancestry.com. We'll, once the war's over, we'll get a camera and go over there, make a little documentary.
Yeah,
Fun story, right?
It is. Like, you never know what's your background until you actually start doing some digging and research.
Have you ever done it? Have you ever done any of your research?
My family has like a ancestral tree. I don't know if you say that in English. There's like so we know kind of what a background is.
How far back can you go?
I think there's like it's a great grandfather or great grandparents, something like that.
So is it like 1900s or 1800s?
More like late 18s, maybe. I think it's just, yeah, I think we have like some Italians in there, and I don't know, but I would have to look at again. But it's fun. It's fun to look it at.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild, especially, during this war when everybody's focused on that particular area, to understand, what the history is there. Because if you look at it, just from Russia invading Ukraine, you don't really get the whole picture that this part of the world, that whole line, the Baltic states down to Ukraine, all of that was really the separation of the Russian Empire and the East. And, it was constantly, I have stories. I knew my great-great-grandmother. I knew my great-grandmother. And she's read and spoke 7 different languages. Every day she would read 6 different or 5 different newspapers in different languages. So she said that her area was constantly under different rule. She was, Poland was challenging that area. Russia was challenging that area. She told a story about the Cossacks and what they did to the town and what they did to some family members. Very interesting history to understand that area that we're looking at now, Ukraine, has always gone under war, has always been contested in different parts of the east and the west of Ukraine. It's a fascinating story, and it's always very interesting to be able to bring it back to a personal level, right? The war now means something because I know that we are from Lviv, Mykhilinets, right outside, right on the border of Poland, right? Lviv was just recently attacked, 15 miles close to the Polish border. It's a serious situation. It's a very, people are dying. It's a very sad situation, but it's very interesting to be able to connect it to your own personal life.
No, I agree. It's a difficult time right now. I hope it's going to get resolved in a good way, but it's sad to see that in the 21st century we can still there's still stuff like that happening. We thought it was behind us after World War I, World War II, and what's happening right now is just it's terrible to watch.
Yeah. Well, this has been a really great episode, Florian, right?
Yeah, it was a good show. I really enjoy learning about Glody Knights, and then hoping they do a successful launch for them.
Yeah, I do wish them well. I do hope that they're able to do it. I'm excited to be able to give away these NFTs. Again, let's just remind everybody one more time that the mint, if you're on the whitelist, it's on the March 26th. The public will be on the 27th. Our raffle, you'll be able to grab the POAP. We're going to so this time, we're making it much more available. In previous POAPs, we've only given you the day. You now have all the time up until the raffle is being chosen. So April 3rd is the end of this POAP. You can grab, there's only 100 and a lot have already been grabbed, but you should grab them now. And then to enter the POAP raffle, it's poap.fund/raffle/1258. We look forward to having our show next week, and thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe and like if you enjoy this material, and we will see you next week.
See you next week, guys.